This 30-minute musing, as I'm about to leave work, got a different feel to it. But we got to play it loud because that's how it's got to be. Yeehaw! Whenever you hear this music, it makes you want to either fight or make love. That's what the man said. I almost don't want to drive, so the tires on the road don't drown this out. Brother Roddy. Yeah. The bagpipes, they make you either want to fight or make love. That's what he always said. Well, yeah, a bit of a somber 30-minute musing. And I had a slight dilemma at work with this. And you're thinking, Mike, how did you have a dilemma with this? Well, I work at the sports radio station, the flagship station of the Miami Marlins of Major League Baseball. Tonight was Legends of Wrestling Night. Kevin Nash was there, Mick Foley was there, Brian Knobs of the Nasty Boys, Bushwhacker Luke, there were a few others. Forgive me for not remembering all of them. But it was Legends of Wrestling Night, and Piper passed just a few hours prior to the start of that ball game. And I talked with some of the guys, because I'm at the station. I'm not at the stadium. I'm not at the ballpark. The audio feed is transferred, whatever. Blah. Picture it as one big phone call, I guess. And that's how we're connected. So I control when the commercials are fired off, when they play. I adjust the volume to everybody's microphones. I'm in a lot of control with that. I'm on the technical side of things, yes. And where it got me was, well, guys, it's Legends of Wrestling Night, and a legend of wrestling just passed. I said, hey, let's play this. Let's play Scotland the Brave. Oh man, I don't think we should do that. We can't do that. It's just an instrumental. There's no lyrics to it. And as they're telling me this, like I'm looking it up, and it's like there were lyrics written in the 1950s, but the actual song, there's no attributed original composer. I mean, it's that old. It's kind of the unofficial Scottish national anthem. And I thought, here we go. This is explicit on Spreaker, so I'm thinking to myself, God damn it. Gotta do something for Piper. And at least I told the guys, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have just sprung it up on them. They wouldn't have known what the hell that was all about, though. But I figured, guys, it's Legends of Wrestling night. This is a sad coincidence. Let's do this. And they pretty much shot it down and said, well, the legalities, we don't know if we can. We need to talk to the affiliates and blah, blah, blah. We might do it tomorrow. Tomorrow? What the hell good does that do for tomorrow's ball game? Tomorrow is not Legends of Wrestling Day. We got Salt and Peppa coming into town, I think, next week or so. Like, that's the next promotional thing. That was the night to do it. So, and I posted it up on YouTube. The actual closeout to the broadcast. That was not a re-recorded audio bit that I just played over. That was the close of the ball game. And I played this at the end of everything when, well, hey, how many feathers can you ruffle that way? And plus, it's Roddy Piper. He deserves to go on last. So that's what I did. And I played Scotland the Brave after we closed out with the Marlins' cute little instrumental bed that they have for their ball games. Glenn Geffner does the closeout and says, oh, we want to thank, our engineer here and our producer back at the studio. And, the final score was this. We're on the air tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. We hope you'll join us on the Marlins Radio Network. And I let that music kind of, run itself out. When the Marlins music was done, I played Scotland the Brave because Piper goes on last. And, well, if there's any heat from this, I almost wish that there is. I almost wish, because I think I could get enough support for this and saying, like, yeah, what he did was harmless. It's a song that has no accredited author to it or composer, whatever. It's basically, not even basically, it is public domain. It's been, because there's, come on, the song has no frickin', no original artist, no original composer. It's public domain. Lyrically, the version written, with lyrics in the 1950s has lyrics. I made sure to play this exact version I played for you. So if I get in heat with management over Roddy Piper's song of choice, well, goddammit, maybe I'm a heel too. And I'm okay with that. Hashtag villain. Might not be the dirtiest player in the game. Might not be the greatest heel, the greatest villain of all time. But he would have wanted it this way. And even if it's a small token of appreciation to some man or some degree, I recorded it audio, emailed it to myself, that entire final closing of the broadcast. The video recording that I made, like I said, that's the piece on YouTube. I've already linked it up on my Facebook page. That recording, that was live as it happened. That was no bullshit replay the audio, no. That was live as it happened. You heard, if you've seen that YouTube video, you heard Glenn say, all right, thanks, Mike. Good night. You saw that. That was live. You saw I went to the microphone for that. That's how it actually happened. And I broke it down in such a nanosecond fashion when I looked at the waveform. It's not even 28 seconds of air. Fade in, ramped up, and then faded out. It's not even 28 seconds. So if there's like a 30-second rule that YouTube has, well, I abided by that. And even copyright infringement, I'm not trying to make a damn dime off of this. I'm not trying to get Facebook subscribers. I'm not trying to get friends on Facebook to like it or share it. Any publicity's fine. But this was my appreciation towards somebody. They didn't want to do it during the game, and they wouldn't have given it mention anyway. The bagpipes would have rolled in, and they would have said, Sam Dyson is up here in the 7th inning as the Marlins, blah, blah, blah. They would have given no mention to the Legends of Wrestling Night promotion that was happening right there. They didn't mention it at all through the broadcast. So, if it's a closeout, and like I said, Piper deserves to go on last. And for what it's worth, in my book, Well, goddamn, he did. Excuse my language, baby Jesus. It's funny how, growing up, being a wrestling mark, unapologetic. It's kind of a guilty pleasure because, here I am at 33. Yeah, I still like wrestling. I felt kind of bummed the same way when, excuse me. Felt kind of the same bummed out way when Macho Man had passed. What was that, like back 2009, 2010 maybe? And again, I was working at, the first radio station I was working at. I believe that was like right on the weekend. That was like a Friday. Oh my, you're kidding me. Today's Friday. Holy shit. That, I believe, was headed towards the weekend as well, Thursday or Friday, when that happened. And here we go, Piper, heading into the weekend. Well, I know that he had cleaned himself up from the drinking and everything that he did, but I'm going to go home, and I'm going to get me a shot of Templeton Rye. I'm going to have it in Piper's name, in his honor. Been having a lot of toasts lately. I'm trying to keep the vibes positive, because I'm sure Piper wouldn't want this to be a sad thing. I mean, it is sad. 61, apparent heart failure, heart attack, something like that. And he said it in his Hall of Fame speech. Folks, I tried working out like Hulk Hogan. I could never get those 24-inch pythons. He talked about all that praying, doing the training and the vitamins. I did me a lot of training, and folks, believe me, I took me a lot of vitamins. Still never got those 24-inch pythons. We knew what he was talking about. He ran pretty rough down the roads. Wild man, 61. I mean, scary comparison. My father is 63. I couldn't imagine. The man ran fast, but shit, he did everything fast. With intensity. It just so happened it was Legends of Wrestling night. That's the only reason I gave credence to this and mentioned it to the guys down the line. That was the only reason I wanted to go about this. If it was Salt and Pepper night, what could I have done there? Nothing. It's kind of go about business your own way. I called an audible. I wanted to call it in the ring and go about it that way. Do business that way. They said no and legalities and all this stuff. Still did it. Sure, it was at the end of the broadcast, but it made air. I recorded the audio. I recorded the video. Then I'm recording this, admitting to it all. Unapologetically. Because it made sense. It was Legends of Wrestling night. It only made sense. Now, Piper was not scheduled to be there, but still, you're going to tell me that the boys that were there, I heard them playing that. Oh my, you can go back to the audio. Shit, I should go back to the archiver, re-up the audio from the ball game. You can hear it in the post game. I told them down the line. I absolutely forgot about this. They were playing it at the stadium, and it was bleeding through into the announcer's microphone that was giving the post-game wrap-up. As Glenn Geffner was wrapping up the post-game, you could hear Scotland the Brave in the background. And I told him, I forgot what break that was. We have 3 commercial breaks in post-game. And I told him, that's the bagpipe music I was going to play. He didn't say anything, whatever. They're not to say blah, blah, blah. I'm putting my neck out on the line. And I told them, we should do this. It's Legends of Wrestling night. The Miami Dolphins Finsiders, the live show that airs just before our ball games. Well, they air Monday through Friday. But they mentioned it at the closeout of their show, that Piper had passed. Because the news had broke right around there. Right around, let's say, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when I found out. And they gave mention to it before they closed out the show. They didn't play the music or nothing like that, but I figure by the 7th inning of a ball game, come on, we couldn't have done it in the game. Hey, that's fine. That's fine because Piper went on last. Okay? And if this stirs up any shit by iHeartMedia or the radio station I'm working at, AM 940 Wins, WINZ, or if it has any ruffled feathers with the Marlins radio network, I'd like to see if there's any kind of support I could get for this, or a tip of the cap and say, no, what this kid did is fine. It was out of respect. It's a song that's public domain. There's nothing wrong with it. I almost want it to ruffle feathers. I do. That's the way Piper would want it. Like I said, there's a little bit of bad guy. There's a little bit of heel. There's a little bit of villain in all of us. What I'm doing ain't hurtful or harmful, but I could see that it would kind of jangle a cage or two. So what? We didn't give mention. We, the Marlins broadcast crew. I'm not a part of the broadcast crew. I'm just a tech working at the station. If the contract changes hands and the Marlins go to, have another station as their flagship, I'm not going with them. I'm staying in that building. But yet at the same time, if this ruffles feathers, it could have me fired, honestly. Trying to follow some dreams here. I'm only making $9 an hour doing this. Yes, you heard me. I'm only making $9 taxed an hour doing this. Well, I mean, I know there's paying dues and stuff like that in the wrestling business, and I'm trying to earn stripes and pay my dues and work my way up. Just doing what I felt was right. Something, a tip of the cap, a nod, a token of appreciation, if you will. It just so happened to be Legends of Wrestling Night at the ballpark. I wouldn't have even thought to do this otherwise. Wouldn't have crossed my mind at all. So we'll see if anything happens because of this. Like I said, I'm not looking for YouTube subscribers. I'm not. I don't whore myself out like that. Any and all are appreciated. I'm not against it. I'm not begging for it. I didn't say it in my video. I don't think I've said it in any of the videos I make. And I'm trying to cross up and do quite a lot of things. Whether it's sports related, where I'm the source, whether it's the As I Sit Here kind of video podcast, which is not much for video, whether it's these Spreaker recordings that I convert and make into my 30-minute musing playlists, trying to cross a lot of boundaries with stuff. I'm not asking for subscribers. I'm not asking you to like my videos or share them. But hell, any support you want to send my way, I'm all for it. I'm not saying there's a bandwagon to jump on, but if shit starts hitting the fan over this, any support would be very helpful. I was just trying to do it as a sign of appreciation and acknowledgement. Like I said, it is a song that's public domain. And, well, as I'm cruising northbound on I-95, I don't know where else to go with this. I could talk more wrestling, but I'm going to give it one more run with the song. I'm going to try to get you closer in. It might be a little too loud for you, but damn it, it should be loud. So let me set you up. Piper goes on last.